Well, just I'm kind of off the course here. We're kind of in the middle of our first qualifying round, so the kids are out in the course, and so I'll come and visit with you a little bit, then head back out there. I'm probably about as excited as I can be for the start of our season. I really believe that I have one of my strongest teams because of who we have returning on the team and then who we have coming in. Our main goal this year is to defend the Iowa Conference Championship. We're trying to win our 9th straight conference championship, which is, I don't think, a no small feat. I think we've had some great golfers over the years, and they continue to amaze me because they work really hard in the off season and get better every year. I have 3 seniors on this year's team: Taylor Roberts from Cedar Falls, Hannah Long from Newton, and Molly McDonough from Decorah. I think we'll see great leadership from that group this year, and I think all 3 of them will probably be in my top 5 playing for the conference championship in the fall here. Rochelle Beardsley from Piasta played at Western Dubuque, is a junior for me. She's obviously had a very good first 2 years. She won the Iowa Conference Championship as an individual for 2 years. She's been all-region, and she's been an All-American Scholar. So I don't know that you can ask any more of a young lady doing it well on the golf course as well as what she's doing academically. Probably the biggest thing that we have coming in, we have a first-year student athlete in Brooke Klosterman, who was the 3A runner-up. She was the 3A Player of the Year. Her sister Paige played for me and was also my assistant coach for a couple years, and so we're very fortunate to have Brooke in our program. She is a very, very good golfer, and so we expect a lot of really good things out of her probably going into this year. We have 11 players on the team right now. I really feel like I probably have 8 that will be competing to probably be in that top 5. I probably have 2 or 3 that maybe aren't ready this year, but it's going to be real critical for us with the 3 seniors that we have that those kids get some playing in our tournaments down the road. We have a pretty tough schedule starting. We're in a tournament at Pheasant Ridge, which will probably be the easiest tournament that we have in the fall. Our home invite, September 12th and 13th. We have 17 teams, some of the best Division III schools in our region from Minnesota and Wisconsin and even Illinois. That's always a very good tournament for us. We go to the Jewel, which is a Division III Midwest Classic, which always is very competitive as well. Before we finish up our non-conference at the Carleton Invite up in Hastings, Minnesota. And then we have the 2 weekends for conference. We always played the neutral site at Pheasant Ridge. The second round will be at Thunder Hills over in Piasta. And so that Loris is the host institution this year. So that's probably all I have. Any tough questions for the women's golf coach? Mr. Foster.
Severson, so good to see you after all these years. Just because she's from the Cedar Falls area,
Yep.
And our primary listening area, tell us a little bit about Taylor.
Well, Taylor's had a good career for us. I mean, she's been all conference all 3 years here, played in the national champion 3 consecutive years. So I think she's done quite well for us. We've had a nice run of Cedar Falls players since I've been coaching. We've always had someone on our team. She's the last one I have on my team, although I'm recruiting one right now. So hopefully we can get a freshman next year. But yeah, and I think leadership-wise, Taylor, even starting I think last year, took on some leadership responsibilities and definitely will be one of our leaders on our team this year. Thanks.
Monica, the Knights have really dominated the Iowa Conference, winning the Iowa Conference Championship to receive the NCAA automatic qualification to the Nationals. Is that just the mindset of the Knights that that they're going to be able to continue to dominate the league?
Well, I think it's one of those things that you don't really want to take that for granted. Like I said, I don't think it's not a small feat to win 8 in a row. Right now I feel like I have better golfers than the other teams in the Iowa Conference, and the first weekend at Pheasant Ridge, which is a fairly easy course, some of the other teams stay in it, but when we get to the second weekend, the courses tend to be a little more difficult, and better golfers can handle that better. But I think I've said this before. I know I said it last year. I just feel like my kids and what they're doing in the off season and practicing and competing and over the summer, making themselves better is a real key to what we're finding. And we play a pretty tough schedule. Not everybody in our conference is playing in some of the tournaments that we're playing with. Or playing in, and I think that makes us better, because I think then when we get to the conference tournament, we're able to handle that. And so I think that those are all kind of a combination of factors that have made us successful. But like I said, right now, we've been able to recruit and attract some of the best golfers in Iowa, and I think that continues to be said. I mean, I really think this year I've got two of the better ones in the state that want to keep playing golf. I mean, there's not a large pool of young ladies in Iowa that want to keep playing golf, and so I've been very fortunate to, I think, get those kids that do.
Playing and practicing at Prairie Meadows, how much does that help you out? You talk about when you go from one course to a higher difficulty courses that sets you apart. How much does that help you? Because I imagine a lot of these girls that you get, I know schools like Central City and smaller towns, they're used to the farm course. You know what I mean?
No, that's what's happening right now at the golf course, because those kids from those that aren't used to playing on that course are struggling. But our ability to have a course like Prairie Links, where we have great practice facilities and the course itself, most definitely that makes us better. I mean, it's not an easy course. Obviously, with the no-mo that you have out there, if you're not hitting the ball straight and you're in trouble, it can be a long day. And so I do think that helps us. And having, like I said, the practice facilities are what really helps us out there, and our ability to get better at practice. But that's definitely a factor, Matt.